my brake lights. Ain't turning back. Now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it. Put a couple bands on it. And I don't plan on letting people turn me. No. You can say what you want. I'ma keep pressing on. I can't go pop that thing like I'm feeling green, right? Talking to my past like focus on my brake lights.
Hello and welcome to Breaking the Silence. My name is Francisca.
My name is Nori.
And I'm Angeli.
And we are Breaking the Silence. And we got a great show in store for you today. We're going to be talking about some good topics, maybe some conspiracy theories you might really enjoy. I know when I saw that, I was like, oh, so we're going there, are we? We are going there.
What is Breaking the Silence for?
Exactly. So if you're a conspiracy lover, it's like you love to talk about conspiracy theories or you like to challenge them, you're going to want to stay tuned for one of our topics, which is called cloud seeding.
It's been viral today, like
manipulation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for all those people out there that have been called crazy for saying that there are ways to manipulate the weather, we're here for you on Breaking the Silence. So we're definitely going to be getting into that, talking more about that, and maybe closing the mouth of those people who say, that's not true, that does not happen, I don't even know where this crazy conspiracy theory even came from. So we're going to get into that later on today. And another topic, self-sabotage.
Ooh.
The silent foe within.
It's
This one, I know a lot of people can relate to this one.
I mean, I can.
Because sometimes even not even knowing or realizing you're doing this, you know. So,
and it's good to understand self-sabotage, where the root comes from, and why we even do it in the first place, so that we can attack it and then change it. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to sabotage ourselves. We don't want to sabotage our success. Even if you feel like you don't deserve it, you do deserve it at the end of the day, because you are in that position, because you are in that placement in your life, and you need to rock it. Of course. Whether or not you feel naked and vulnerable while doing it, you still need to rock it.
Yes.
But we also have our game, Empowered Echo.
Okay.
So it's a good one.
Get ready for that.
Yes. But as we always do, we have our question of the day. So let's put that up real quick, which is, if someone asked you to make a good breakfast, what would you cook? So make it or eat it.
Make.
Oh my goodness.
Because make it.
Why are you changing the question?
No, because I'd rather answer it to what you would.
Make. It's make.
Make. Can we just cross that out?
No.
Eat.
No, it's
eat.
Make. What would you make? She don't even know.
No, because I got my mind on what I would want to eat and what I would want to make.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. Some bacon, some eggs, some French toast.
Okay.
Something that's going to stick to you.
Okay.
For sure. What about you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear what I would make.
I'm pretty sure I want to know.
We want to hear from the
No, we
viewers.
want to hear from Nori.
What are you going
guys.
to prepare? We have a QR code that you can scan, send in your responses. What is a good breakfast for you?
That you would make.
That you would make.
That you would make, yes.
Send
Exactly. Not eat, okay? Make.
We want
And you
to
can't
know.
be like Nori here and not answer the question.
share
But
with
she
you
will
guys later.
answer the question later on in the program.
Later.
So stay with us. We will get her response. But we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back for more with Breaking the Silence.
Breaking the Silence. Laughs. Fun. Real women, real talk. Stay tuned.
Military families often sacrifice precious time away from loved ones while serving our country.
We were worried that with him leaving, that she would lose those connections with her dad.
Some of life's best moments happen between parents, children, and the pages of a good book. United Through Reading provides that connection. And now, United Through Reading is also available to veterans. Learn more about United Through Reading at unitedthroughreading.org.
When something is broken, you fix it. When it no longer serves you, you give it away. When it stops working, you throw it out. We don't hold on to things that no longer help us or serve their purpose. So what do you do when life feels shattered? When nothing seems to bring meaning? When the only solution you see is to end it all? Don't. Give the life you no longer want to God. Place your brokenness, your pain, your burdens on His altar.
I was having peace. I was having more progress at work. I was seeing a general improvement in my life.
Only within a month. I was depressed for 4 years. Within a month, I realized that I wasn't depressed anymore.
You are not a lost cause. God sees value in you, even when you can't see it yourself. You were created with purpose. Come to the Universal Church, where healing begins and purpose is restored. Not near a church? Join our virtual church from anywhere. Just scan the QR code, because distance is no barrier for God. Call now 1-888-332-4141 or text 1-888-312-4141. Let your broken life become the foundation for something extraordinary when placed in God's hands.
Breaking the Silence is back. Let's keep the conversation going.
All right, so welcome back to Breaking the Silence. We're going to get into our topic of the day, self-sabotage. As women, I know that we have that inner critic that is always sitting there eating away at us, at every decision that we make, every project that we're about to begin. And so a lot of us tend to self-sabotage projects, self-sabotage many different areas in our lives. So I know that this is a topic that is really going to help and reach a lot of people out there. I know that myself, I also used to really suffer with self-sabotage a lot. Just because I didn't believe in myself, I didn't think that I was capable of achieving anything. So I know that if I went through it, there's other people that are also going to go through it. So we're just going to talk about it and be able to give you some tips and to help you better understand exactly why you might self-sabotage.
And they say it stems off of low self-esteem, fear of failure, and many other things as well. But, everyone at a point in their lives faced or went through low self-esteem or the fear of failure. Fear is a natural emotion that everyone has, but I think that the key to it is to surpass, to fight against those negative feelings. Because of course, if you ask anybody, do you want to be successful? Hello, yes, I do. Do you want to move forward in life? Hello, yes, I do. But it's just these emotions, it's just these thoughts, of worthlessness or low self-esteem that really makes us to be stagnant, and another one would be kind of like a perfectionism. I used to be a perfectionist. And let me tell you, I was miserable because a person who's a perfectionist, they tend to self-sabotage a lot because they're always putting in, these standards, unrealistic standards, like it has to be like this, it has to be like that. If it's not like that, my day is ruined, or you ruined my day, or the whole thing is just a mess, the whole thing is a waste. And those are things we need to really be careful for. If we have that perfectionism tendencies, that's something we definitely have to look out, because we could be self-sabotaging and not even realize.
When you self-sabotage, like when you were saying low self-esteem, low worth, not thinking that you're capable, and then you self-sabotage, how are you supposed to build up your self-esteem? How are you supposed to build up that confidence within yourself if you're always self-sabotaging? Exactly. If you're like never giving yourself that moment to succeed, or if you do succeed, then it's like you have to quickly dismiss that success because you don't know how to take it on for yourself. You don't know how to be able to confidently and with assurance, like, hey, yes, I did accomplish that. No, so-and-so did. Oh, but so-and-so did it better. So it's like we always nitpick at ourselves instead of just owning our success.
But sometimes when you were mentioning that, you were putting like your own stumbling block there in your life. But sometimes these people, they don't even know that they are actually self-sabotaging. They, again, you said that they blame other people, they blame the circumstances. They're not self-aware that they are engaging in this behavior of self-sabotaging. Maybe what? Because of how they grew up. For example, if you grew up in a household where you needed to be always perfect, or you have sisters, you have siblings, you have all of them are successful, so you always tend to compare yourself. So that also, environment, the stress of the environment, how they grew up in. So there's a lot of factors that involve to self-sabotaging, and that is why sometimes they're not even self-aware, and that is why it's very important for you to really reflect on your behavior is from which root. Why do I have these triggers? Why is this because of other people? Is it because of me? Is it because of how I grew up? Is it because of my environment, my past? So being self-aware is really key to solving a lot of internal issues.
Yeah, I think being a realist as well. You have to be realistic with yourself. I believe I've done this as well. I can say I've done this as well, and many others. You set unrealistic goals for yourself with the expectation of, okay, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and meet it. And when you don't, it's like your whole world just comes tumbling down, or, you're quick to throw in the towel, or, it takes you a really long time for you to compose yourself again and be able to start over. You become this person that's stagnant and then that's where the fear comes in. The fear of, okay, but what if I fail again and whatnot? So we have to be real with ourselves. We can't compare ourselves to anybody else. You're individually you. There's no one else like you. You know your limits. You know what you're capable of. You know what you want to accomplish. So you can't mirror yourself off of Angelique expecting the same results that she gets. No, because whatever, she can get easily, maybe for you, you're going to have to find another strategy in order to make it work for you, in order for you to accomplish it. So I think being a realist is one way to stop self-sabotaging as well.
Yeah, I really like that. You have to be real with yourself, because other people are not going to be real with you. They're not going to be real with you in the sense that you need it. And how are you going to change? How are you going to develop? How are you going to improve yourself if you can't even be real with yourself? If you're fooling yourself and making yourself to believe A, B, and C, when that's not even the case, you're never going to move forward in life. You're never going to be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve. But maybe you're like, hey, I don't self-sabotage. I'm not that person, like you said. Some people don't even realize that they're self-sabotaging. And one thing about self-sabotage is procrastination. You procrastinate because you don't know where to start, or you want it to be perfect, so you just don't start. And you are always procrastinating, not just in one thing here and there, but like always procrastinating. And it doesn't matter the consequences to the procrastination. Like you're just going to keep on pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. You are self-sabotaging yourself. It doesn't matter what area it is in your life, but if you keep pushing it off and it's having negative consequences in your life and you continue to do it, that is self-sabotage.
Or like a person that's always saying, I can't, before you even tried. What do you mean you can't? You're limiting yourself by saying you can't, and you haven't even put into work yet. You haven't, maybe it was just a thought or an idea and you're already saying, I can't. That's self-sabotage because you don't even know. You don't even know if you can do it, how quick you can do it, how well you can do it, because you already gave up before you even began. That's something I always hear a lot of people say, I can't. That's something that I always try to put out of my vocabulary, because I can. We can do all things. Anything that we purpose ourselves to do, we can do it.
And that reminds me, like, I used to be really bad self-sabotage, and that I can't was like the number one word in my vocabulary. I can't, because I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of looking stupid. I was afraid of trying and then failing. So it was like you never wanted to try. And I would always lie to myself and tell myself, no, you can't. You can't do that. You won't be able to achieve those things because it's not in you. You just can't do it. So don't even try to do it. But I never gave myself the opportunity to even try. I just automatically said, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. But then I always wonder, why didn't I have that self-esteem? Why didn't I have that confidence? Because I never put myself out there. Because I thought that I was protecting myself. I thought that I was like, okay, if I hide under this word, I can't, or that's not for me, then I'm safe here.
Yeah.
But you can't stay in that place, because when you stay in that place, you get smaller and smaller, and that darkness gets bigger and bigger around you, to the point where it's like you really can't get out of it. And so it's like you have to, even as scary as it is, I've had to put myself in so many situations where I was terrified. Like I wanted to run and hide because that word I can't was so loud in my mind. But it's like you have to get past that. You have to get past that. And if you fail, okay, so what can I learn from the situation to be better next time? Now, you can't always think that you're going to be perfect at everything, especially when it's your first time. You have to try. You can't say, I can't, or that's not for me.
And one of the things you said that is you always have to try it, but also one of the things that you can do, if you engage in this self-sabotaging behavior, is to celebrate the small achievements that you've done. Whether it's very small for some people, but for you, it's something that you did. Again, it's a journey. A step is a step. Whether it's a baby step, it doesn't matter. What matters is you're moving. You're not stuck. You're moving because your progress is different from a different person. So don't compare your journey to another person. So celebrate small wins. We always say here in Bring the Silence, you celebrate, the win that you have, because maybe Francisca's win, Nori's win is one thing, but for me, it is something personal. It is something that I've been trying to, put off. I've been trying to, not do it. But then when you actually do it, you visualize that success. You see yourself, okay, actually doing it, and say, wow, I can actually do it. So, don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes we're too harsh. We're like that inner critic that, okay, you can't do it. You're such a perfectionist. So be merciful, be kind, and make sure that you celebrate that win.
Listening to both of y'all, I thought of two words: comfort zone. When we're in that comfort zone, it's like we fight so hard to stay into that comfort zone, and whatever tries to take us out of that comfort zone, we consider it a threat. We consider it a challenge in a negative way. And that's not always the case. When you do come out of your comfort zone, celebrate. Celebrate those small wins. Just you coming out of your comfort zone, that's already a win. It might not be a big win, but it's a win. It's progress. You're taking one step forward. You're moving forward. So if you find yourself in a comfort zone, push yourself. Push yourself.
And if you push yourself out of the comfort zone, that is not something small. I'm sorry, you said something small. That first step is the hardest step you are ever going to make. It is so different. But once you break past that and you see that you can do it, you're like, all right, let me push myself a little bit more. Let me push myself a little bit more. But that first step is the heaviest and the hardest and the biggest. But it's worth it in the end. It is definitely worth it in the end.
100%.
Got to push yourself past that comfort zone. But this is for the segment, self-sabotage. I hope that we gave you some kind of advice or maybe some insight on some problems that maybe you've been facing and you didn't even know that you also suffer from self-sabotage. Don't self-sabotage. You can do it. Have the I can attitude and push yourself out of that comfort zone. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more.
Real women, real talk. Breaking the silence is where stories become connections. Let's break the silence together.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Looking for a fun and creative way to introduce your little one to the Word of God? We've got you covered. The Universal Church offers engaging programs for children's ages 6 weeks to 14 years old, all designed to inspire faith, values, and joy. The CBC Children's Biblical Center and the TPG Teen Power Group, kids learn about God through exciting, age-appropriate exercises, stories, and lessons that make faith come alive. In the CBC, we're raising the next generation of leaders who will make a difference for the kingdom of God. Our dedicated teachers help plant seeds of faith that grow with each child. As the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. Come join the fun and let your child grow in faith and purpose. For more information or a location near you, call 1-888-332-4141.
This isn't just television, it's Living Faith Network, where every program is designed to strengthen your faith. From award-winning Bible series to daily news to wholesome cartoons and uplifting entertainment, your spirit will thank you. Catch us on Verizon Fios Channel 792, Frontier Communications Channel 726, DirecTV Channel 42, New York viewers, Dish Channel 39, New York viewers, LFN.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
All right, now it's time for the Empowered Echo. Are y'all ready?
I am ready.
Yes. So there's a different twist on this, though, right?
All right.
It's a little twist.
Okay.
So normally we have our own little quotes that we do Empowered Echo off of, but this time it's a quote from movies.
All right.
So it's a little different.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
Are you still down?
I'm still down.
All right, let's do it.
Go.
Let's go.
All right, let's go to that first quote. And that first quote is, "May the force be with you." That's from Star Wars 1977. You know, and I think about this quote and I'm like, you know, it's a good quote, especially when you are around people and you want to give them that support, that push, that maybe they're down and out or, you know, they're going through a tough moment. I just look at them and I just say, may the force be with you. Because you got this. Even to the viewers. Maybe somebody is tuned into Breaking the Silence. And you know, you were feeling down, you were feeling disappointed, something happened, something didn't go your way, you're upset. Well, we're here to cheer you up and we're here to tell you, may the force be with you. Because no matter what you go through, no matter what comes your way, you gotta come up on top. So that's the way I look at that quote. Yeah. That's just me.
All right.
I'm fine. And we do have the second quote.
The second quote from the movie Finding Nemo from 2003, and that's, "Just keep swimming." Well, if you don't know how to swim, learn how to swim.
But going.
Jokes aside, that sounds like me. But anyway, just keep swimming.
You need to help her.
You know, whatever it is, a storm, tornado, whatever problems, you're in the water, you're in your life, just keep swimming. Sometimes we want to hide. Yeah. Sometimes we want to not face reality because it's too much. But like it says, just keep swimming, because whether you like it or not, at one point you'll have to encounter, you know, problems. And sometimes when you try to hide, in the future you're going to encounter them again. So might as well face it head on right now, you know, because at least you're going to know yourself. Yeah. You're going to know how you're going to be able to resolve that. And for future purposes, you already know, you already have a strategy, you have your technique, you already have your, you know, your little, okay, this is something I've already encountered before. So I'll just keep swimming, whether there's a storm or a big wave. So yeah, for me,
there you go. That's it. Just keep going, y'all. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep pushing.
Keep swimming, although you don't know how to.
But you can learn.
Yeah, you can learn.
So what is the third one we have is from The Wizard of Oz. There's no place like home.
I like this one.
There is no place like home, but we can't always go back home. We can't always go back to that home that we remember. Oh, those were such good times. I wish I could go back. We cannot live in the past. We have to be able to make our present the home. And like wherever we are in life, whatever we're doing, maybe you travel a lot, maybe you're not always able to be around your family, you have to make where you are your home so that you feel comfortable in whatever situation, in whatever place you're at, make that your home. Like own it. Own wherever you are at life, own whatever, you know, company you may be around. You might be like, how am I even talking with these people? How did I get invited to this room? Make that your home. Own it as though it's yours. You know, don't let anybody take that from you.
I like your point of view on that, because when I read it, to me it was like, you know, you can always go to different places. You can always move to another place. You can probably even be traveling, but then you get kind of homesick, you know, and you want to go back home. Like I remember one time I traveled somewhere, and already by like day 3, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to leave. I want to go back. I want to go home. So when I read this quote, that's just the way I interpret it. But your way is really good too.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes home is not always a place you want to be. It's not always a place you want to be. And if wherever you are is your home, then you're always going to feel comfortable wherever you're at. And sometimes life takes us in places that we don't always want to be in. Or like you said, you start to feel homesick, and then it's like, oh, I want to go back home. But if you're already comfortable where you're at, boom, you're already at home.
There you go.
So you don't need to go nowhere.
Boom, y'all.
Boom.
Like Francisca said.
You like my sound effect?
I like it. It was, yes.
So that was a different twist that we have here on Empowered Echo. Just kind of pulling little quotes from movies. But all of those movies have such special messages. And such empowering messages, not only for the kids who watch those things, and the adults. Because there's always some kind of message that we can learn from every situation. So like you said, keep on swimming. You got to keep on trucking no matter what. You got to keep on pushing because you just cannot give up. And you have to remember, as Nori said, the force is with you. So keep on going.
Giving up is not an option, y'all. You gotta keep going because the force is with you. Where you at right now, make it your home. Life throws lemons at you. You gotta make that.
Swim in that lemonade. You know what I mean? You just
they brought it up a notch, but okay.
Swim and swim.
And if you don't know how to swim, jump on an ice cube. All right.
What in the world? Okay. All right.
No, just keep swimming because you never know where life is gonna take you. But if you're always like, you know, fearful and afraid, you never know the new opportunities that life has for you, actually. You know, doors that are going to be open, you know, seas or waters, more waters and waters that you can find yourself even, you know, finding your talents, skills, right? Discovering more of yourself, because sometimes we like that comfort, like, you know, home. We like that comfort to be in that home, you know, not taking risks, not doing new things. But sometimes that's really when you're going to develop more and you're going to grow. So sometimes you need to be out of that home for you to be able to grow and learn.
Don't self-sabotage yourself.
Yes.
Never do it.
Don't do it.
Never.
All right, but this is all that we have for Empowered Echo. I hope you took something with you there in that segment, but we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with more.
The show isn't over yet. Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
Okay, which one is better? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nearly 1 billion people live with completely avoidable vision loss. Don't be one of them. Get your eyes checked.
The Universal Church is a place where help is offered to everyone based on the Word of God. You will feel burdened, anxious, tormented, discouraged. God has a way out for you. Visit your nearest location. Nevada, 2121E, Tropicana Avenue 1, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89119. Tennessee, 4916 Nolensville Pike, Nashville, Tennessee 37211. New Jersey, 100 Clinton Avenue, Newark, New Jersey 07114. If these locations aren't close by, call 888-332-4141 for more information, or text us at 888-312-4141. Visit our website, www.ulfn.org/locations. The Universal Church, where a new life awaits you.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
All right, so welcome back to Breaking the Silence. So if any of you out there are conspiracy theorists, you're definitely going to want to turn up the volume and listen to this segment. We're going to be talking about weather manipulation. Is this something that is good? Is this something that is being done to help, or is it being done to harm? What is even cloud seeding? Have y'all ever heard of cloud seeding before?
Listen, I recently heard about cloud seeding, and for me, this is a subject that to each his own, because if it benefits you, like if you're a farmer or whatever, or you live in a place where, I don't know, it might benefit you, but for me personally, y'all, don't throw any stones at me, please. But for me personally, like, what are we doing with cloud seeding? What are we doing to Mother Nature? Like, come on. I don't know. But anyways.
But for our viewers out there, let's first, before we get into the discussion, let's explain a little bit about what the process is. So cloud seeding involves introducing tiny particles like silver iodine or dry ice into clouds. So these particles, whenever they're introduced into the clouds, they encourage water vapor and condensation, and then that will form the raindrops or snowflakes, depending on what they are trying to produce into these clouds.
Artificial rain.
Yes. Yeah. But it's kind of encouraging. So it says that it's like when the clouds look like, they're going to form rain, but maybe it's not as big of a rainstorm as what they need. They can drop these seedings into the clouds to produce more rain in certain areas. So in my mind, because I'm kind of like a little bit on the conspiracy side, if they're already introducing this, there's much bigger weather manipulation that is happening behind the scenes. But I think it's a good idea, because if you think about all the people in the West, they go through droughts all the time. The farmers are losing out on money. They're losing out on their crops because it's so dry. And then we have the ozone layer. We have all this pollution. All of these things are happening to the earth, which is causing the weather to not be as it was years past. Exactly. So it's like it needs that help to be able to produce the rain, to be able to produce the snow, so that the crops can keep going, so the farmers can keep doing what they're doing. And to, even if you need rain to come and you're having the fires that happen so often
like
now.
In California.
Exactly.
California is always big on like fires and stuff.
Yeah, so you need these things. But the danger is, what chemicals are we putting in our water?
But also, like, you don't have control. Yes, you can put a tiny bit, but what is the result of that? So maybe you just need this much rain, because recently it's been viral, but again, they didn't confirm if it's about cloud seeding or not. But it's kind of like, okay, you were encouraging this to happen, but what is going to be the cause, the effect in the long run? Because now it's benefiting. Yes, it's benefiting, dry land, farmers, even places where you need water. But in the long run, is it still going to be in that, or it's going to cost more? Because basically we're going against, as you were saying, Mother Nature. Because why are we having dry land now? Why are we having more forest fires? It's because, human causing all of this too. So now human adding artificial rain, all these things, in the long run, we don't know what's there. So for me now, we can at least control, what we're doing, because later on it will be too big that it will be out of control and we can't do anything because we've already planted that, we've already sowed that. So
I think we're already at that point.
Yeah.
Though. If you notice, like, we're coming up with one solution to cover up another problem, and to get another solution to cover up another problem, and it just keeps going on top of each other. And then we're like, why are we in the situation that we're in? Why are there so many sicknesses? Why are there so many diseases now? Why are we having this problem and this problem? Well, let's sit back and look. Let's see why we have all these problems. Let's see why we have to manipulate weather, why we have to do all of these things in science labs that before were being done in the lands. So like, why are we having to produce all this fake stuff, fake food, fake meats, fake all of this stuff,
everything.
fake weather, fake everything? Like, why are we having to produce fake things to make up for the problems that we're already creating in this earth? And these fake things are going to have a negative result on us, on our bodies, on this world. It's like a snowball effect. Like, when you tell one lie, you have to say another to cover it up. When you create one problem, you just and it's supposed to be a solution, it's just a temporary fix.
Just like Angeli said, it's like we're doing all of this now. Oof, I'm gonna exclude myself. They're doing all of this now, but what is going to happen later on down the line, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? What are going to be the repercussions everyone is gonna have to face and deal with because of this? Like, I don't know, to me it just doesn't make any sense. Yes, right now maybe the farmers are saying, yes, this is good, I'm for it and whatnot, it's helping my crops, it's helping this, it's helping that and the other. But what about everyone else? What about down the line? Why do we have to always twist things or add on to something that doesn't need to be added on? Like weather. What are we doing to manipulate the weather? Talk about sabotage.
Yeah.
Talk about sabotage. Like, really? So I don't know. That's why I said this subject for me is, I guess, to each his own. I'm definitely against it.
Yeah, and then they say that it's like, although it works, and it only produces maybe 10 to 15% of more rainfall whenever they do the seedings, right?
But we don't know that.
But that's what they say. It's supposed to produce
right?
only 10 to 15% of the rainfall or the snowfall, depending on what it is that they're trying to manipulate. But then sometimes it has negative consequences. Sometimes it backfires and creates hailstorms and creates these huge floods. And so you have no control. Yeah. It's kind of like you're just playing a guessing game, like, oh, I think we should drop about this much into this cloud and it should produce about this much. But you're dealing with Mother Nature. And then who's to say, like, what is really going to happen when you do that? And then once the storm is happening, you can't just, okay, let me stop it now. Let me disarm the storm. No, it's going to continue and it's going to destroy homes. It's going to kill people. It's going to wipe away cities. Like, we don't know what the repercussions can be. So like, is that something that you're willing to risk? Are you willing to risk the fact that you could wipe out a whole city because you maybe added too much to a cloud, thinking that the rain was going to drop here, and instead the weather moved it over there, and now an area that was already having too much rainfall is now oversaturated, and now people are losing their homes. Are you prepared for that? Are you ready for that? Are the consequences worth it?
Yeah, and you cannot do a trial and error with this. It's not like a device that you do a trial and error. If it doesn't work, then you try to improve it. It's not, because it's such a wide scope. And when you do that trial and error, you're not affecting only the people that you're working with, but everybody who don't even have an idea that this is caused by this cloud seeding. So it is really very serious. It's a very serious matter that, I don't know, I think everybody should just, think about it, or not even think about it, because the effects is very, like, once the damage is done, it's done. How can you, like, a device, you could do an advancement. You can try to fix it. But how are you going to redeem Mother Nature? How are you going to, fix it when the damage has already been done?
Exactly. Like they were showing an image earlier about benefits and challenges, and just by that image alone, you can already see. And I find, there it goes. And I find this kind of selfish in a way because, okay, the farmers, they're going to be for it. Look at them. They're happy. They're getting their crops. They're getting all of these things. But look at the challenges as well. Look at those who are going to have to face this flooding and lose, property, lose so many things. And for what, So I think it's a matter of, just being more conscious about it and just leave it alone.
I mean, we just have to figure out a solution. There has to be a solution, because if
that's going to benefit everybody.
Because if they don't receive water and there's always droughts, then the prices in the grocery stores are going to go up even higher. A lot of the foods that we rely on a day-to-day basis are not going to be made available because they have no water to be able to water their crops. So we have to be able to figure out a solution that's going to work for everybody, but that is not going to hurt the earth. That is not going to be putting chemicals into our water, chemicals being sprayed down upon our foods. We have to be able to figure out a better solution. And I don't know if cloud seeding is the solution. I don't know. I mean, because I'm not a scientist, I don't know. But I do know that, like, if you're putting chemicals in a cloud and then you're expecting that to form some kind of rain, I imagine that would not be healthy.
And that rain is going to fall on your crops, and then the crops is going to get to the market, and then you're going to go to the market and you're going to buy those things. I don't know.
And the rain is no longer rain. It's not just clean rain that's coming from the sky. Because back in the day, people used to catch rainwater and then use it to bath and to drink and to do many things. But now it's like, I don't know, you want to touch that rainwater because that might not be very healthy. There could be all kind of chemicals in it. So I think we should just leave things alone and find better solutions that are already here on Earth, and not have to recreate things and use chemicals and fake products to be able to get everything done and accomplished. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Don't change the channel. We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
Too busy to sit down with your favorite network? Not home to catch what's on TV? Welcome to the ULFN app. There's nowhere else to find action, drama, news, and motivation that lifts you up like our inspirational programs. No matter where you are, there's no better way to tune in and stay up to date with the latest episode when it airs. Our live broadcast enables you to watch us anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Never get left out again. If you're a fan of any of our programs, download the ULFN app now and watch what you love. Available both on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater, which fostered my love for acting. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Want to give back? Feeling moved to donate a Bible to someone in need? No worries. Support our prison ministry, Universal Beyond Bars, by donating one of these beautiful study Bibles to a prisoner behind bars. Or simply gift it to a loved one as the perfect present for any occasion. Call now at 888-691-2291. This high-quality study Bible with personal commentary from the Universal Church founder, Bishop Adir Macedo, is available to be ordered today. Don't hesitate. Order yours right now.
If you are just joining us and you missed our question of the day, we're going to remind you real quick what the question of the day is before we read our comments. Let's take a look at that. If someone asked you to make a good breakfast, what would you cook/eat?
No, make.
There she goes with the eat. She wants to
I'm sorry, every time I read it, I'm like, what would I want to eat? So I already answered this question, but Nori, on the other hand, left us on a cliffhanger at the beginning of the program.
OMG.
So we are going to find out
real
now
quick,
what she is going to
because we also have our comments. So me, I normally cook Hispanic food. So I would cook, it would be kind of like tortilla with huevos estrellados and refried beans, frijoles. That would be one. Or if not, I would make something that's called tamal de elote. I don't know how to say that in English. Yeah, it has corn in it. I don't know how to say it in English, but that's what I will cook. That would be like, yes. Ew. Yes.
All right.
Good.
I'm going to have to look those up and see.
Yeah.
What about you?
She should know, right? She's this. But anyways.
Rice. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, for me.
Rice and egg, probably.
What in the world?
No, but it depends on who's the someone. Because if the someone is from a different culture, like for example, my husband, I would cook like a Brazilian breakfast. But if it's a Filipino like me, I would cook a Filipino breakfast.
So what would you do?
So Filipino will be like a rice, bacon.
For breakfast?
Rice?
Rice?
Yeah, rice, bacon, eggs, and some kind of like stir fried beef, something like that. That's for breakfast. That's like
y'all eat
an actual meal for Filipino.
Hey, yeah, they don't gain no weight.
And they have rice for every meal. How does that work?
I know, right?
What rice you eating?
For real.
Because I need it. Because
normal rice. I don't know, it's in the genes. But for a Brazilian breakfast, I would be like, cheese bread, coffee, omelette, maybe eggs, and cake. Not cake. I don't like cake. So,
okay. Interesting. All right. Well, we do have our viewers who did send in their comments.
Let's hear from them.
Let's hear from them. Vanelli. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, I'm so sorry, girl. An omelet with tomatoes, cheese, bacon, and with salsa on top and fruit on the side. Yeah, this sounds nice.
Yeah.
It sounds good. It sounds typical. Yeah, I think anyone will go for this. This is something
that's like a very basic,
strange, but I just cannot get behind salsa on eggs.
Why not?
I said I might be strange. Don't be coming for me. I already announced it, but I don't know. I just cannot get behind
try it.
No, I've tried. I just can't get behind it. I just can't.
Maybe it's the person who made it.
No, I mean omelets are great, but I just don't like salsa on top of eggs. It just doesn't vibe for me.
So
it just doesn't work.
All right.
I'm not that picky.
All right.
Okay.
Next
comment
from Heather. Classic pancakes and bacon with some strawberries on the side always hits.
Aww.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
You'll find this anywhere.
American
strawberries for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Heather. Next one.
Bonnie, yogurt parfaits and breakfast burritos.
All right.
Maybe the yogurt,
Yeah, I can get behind the yogurt. I'm not a big...
Neither one for
now
me.
I do sound picky, but I don't like burritos either.
Listen,
I
it's a given. She's picky. I can't go for the parfaits.
I can't go for the burrito.
I can't have dairy. And burritos, I'm not a burrito fan, so...
But girl, if you like it,
but Bonnie,
enjoy it.
If
enjoy it.
Yeah, girl. May the force be with you.
Keep on swimming.
Keep swimming with your food. You make it, people that you love it, then that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. But that is our question of the day. And if you didn't get to send in your answer because you are just joining us, you can always send in your responses now. All right, so there is our QR code there on the screen for you to be able to scan it and go to our Instagram page and leave us your comment. We love to hear from all of our viewers out there. So if you don't get a chance to send in your comments at the beginning of the show because maybe you missed it, then you can always do it later on and we read each one of your comments because it's so nice to be able to go through and then see everybody who is participating along with us in the program.
But they're with us.
Exactly. But as we always do in our program, we show an inspirational story of somebody who was struggling, who had a difficulty in their life, but then they were able to overcome that situation. So we're going to watch the inspiring story of Liliana and we will be right back after her testimony.
I was a very depressed person. I felt lonely, scared, with anxiety, with a lot of health issues, with family problems. I felt very empty inside. My father, for many years, suffered with the addiction of alcohol. My parents would always be arguing. My mom always had a bad mood. And to make it worse, my mom had health problems, epileptic seizures, migraine headaches, chronic pain. So I would see all this, and this would make me more depressed, and I would get anxiety when my mom had to be rushed to the hospital. I just felt very miserable. Then I started having problems with eating disorder. I became anorexic. I was weighing like 115 pounds, and I went down to 90 pounds. So I was always struggling. I had a low self-esteem. I had the problems at home. I would see my parents argue all the time. And then I had a lot of health issues too. I suffered with a lot of migraine headaches and insomnia. So I always wanted to be in my room, but the windows and the curtains had to be closed. I put a gun in my head and I locked myself in my room. And when before I wanted to pull the trigger, the first thing that would come to my mind would be, I'm going to hurt my family. And I started coming to the Universal Church because I was invited by my grandmother. When I started going to church, and I learned that there was evil that existed, there was demons that existed, then I started thinking, oh, okay, now I understand. There's a problem with me. I have a spiritual problem. So that's another reason why I started going Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and then when I started going Fridays. And it took me like a year to get delivered. But when I started opening my heart slowly and I started not feeling so fearful, I started seeing a difference in my life. And I said, okay, this is a spiritual problem. I have a spiritual problem, and I need help. My life has to change. So the day I started opening my heart and accepting that I had a problem is the day that God helped me and my life changed. I invited my parents. So when they started coming, my dad started getting delivered, not drinking as much. My mom, her attitude started to change, became more united, not angry anymore. They would compromise, they would be more understanding. My household started changing. I started changing. There's no more depression. There's no more anxiety. There's no more wanting to kill myself. No. Now I'm happy because God's in my life. I'm happy because God gave me a wonderful man, and I've been married for 9 years already. I invite you to come to the Universal Church. You've probably been knocking a lot of doors. But if you knock at this door will be open. And once you walk into this place, your life will be transformed, and you'll feel happy. You'll have a reason to keep on living and keep on moving on, and you'll be happier as a human being.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, place of worship, or other chosen groups. Communities can provide support when you need it, including helping your kids avoid underage drinking and other substance use. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
From the final days of Israel's judges to the fall of Jerusalem, Kings brings to life the powerful story of a nation led by prophets, ruled by kings, and shaped by faith. Journey through the calling of Prophet Samuel and witness the rise and fall of Israel's greatest rulers. Their triumphs, their mistakes, and the timeless lessons they leave behind. You can watch Kings Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Only on LFN.
Thank you so much, Ileana, for your wonderful testimony to be able to show that even when you're in the bottom, you can always come to the top. Just by making one step or making one phone call, your life can completely change. We've run out of time. The show has gone by so quick. So quick. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained, and we will see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.